A Keller woman accused of killing her husband for greed is now on trial. She said his death was due to an intruder and then changed the story, saying he killed himself. Fox 4's Dion Anglin is outside the Kingsbury Courthouse in downtown Fort Worth. Dion, what can you tell us?
Well, Heather, a detective testified today that within 8 to 9 minutes after arriving, they determined there was no intruder at Michelle and Greg Williams' home that night. Yet her face was bruised, and it would later be determined that she did that to herself. All part of that first story she told.
Trial underway. Accused murderer Michelle Williams watches, listens, at times wipes away tears. Prosecutors waste no time hammering her multiple stories in the moments after she dialed 911 to report her husband Greg Williams was dead at their home. He'd been shot in the head.
The police were already beginning to wonder about an intruder who comes into the house with a murderous intent and forgets to bring his gun. Conveniently believes that Greg Williams is going to have a gun there that he can use. Conveniently leaves behind two witnesses, one of whom is an adult and can't identify them. This just doesn't seem right. And suddenly Michelle Williams shifted gears. Suddenly Michelle Williams remembered, oh yeah, it wasn't an intruder. You know what it was? It was suicide. It was suicide. He killed himself.
The defense chimes right back in opening statements, saying Greg Williams was grieving the loss of a relative who committed suicide. That, compounded by erratic behavior from his alleged long-term abuse of anabolic steroids, was most likely prompted him to take his own life, with his wife and 4-year-old daughter in the next room.
Michelle reacted to what she was faced with. The discovery of her husband in their bed with a gun that he took in his hand and put to his temple and killed himself.
The state's first witness delivered a bombshell. Michelle Williams' 26-year-old son, who says he and his mother are now estranged.
She said the way that she wanted me to do it was she wanted me to call some friends. She didn't want me to do it myself. Call some friends, tell them to pick up an extra large sweater. Take that sweater, wear it, go somewhere and fire a pistol so that the gunpowder residue would get onto the sweater. Break into Kathy's car without it being obvious that it was broken into, hide the sweater under a seat, and go to a payphone and call 911 and leave an anonymous tip so that cops would search her car and find the sweater.
Now, prosecutors say Michelle Williams killed her husband to get the proceeds from 2 insurance policies equaling hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, the defense says Greg Williams was very successful, earned about that much, and that he was worth more to Williams alive than he was dead. Heather?
All right, so Dion, is Williams expected to testify?
That is the question that is making the rounds here at the courthouse. We have been trying to pose that question. However, her defense team is not ready to give the answer to that. I don't know if they know themselves whether she will take the stand. It's clear it'll be her decision in the end, but the trial, we know, could last a little more than a week because the judge wants to get it wrapped up by a certain date in early October. Heather?
Understood. All right. Dion Anglin, live tonight. Thank you.